Your Excellency Felipe Calderón, President of Mexico, and Madame Calderón, the First Lady, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow cooperators. Today I have the honor and privilege of welcoming and thanking His Excellency the President of Mexico and his wife, Madame Calderón, for doing us the great honor of addressing this, the largest ever General Assembly of the International Cooperative Alliance. Mr. President, as Ramon has just said, in this room, you see over 2,000 cooperators from 78 countries around the world. And together, those in this room represent the 1 billion citizens of the world who own our global cooperative movement. It's truly been our pleasure to meet here in Cancun at the most important moment in our cooperative history for generations, to celebrate the launch of the 2012 International Year of Cooperatives that was officially opened on the 31st of October, just 2 weeks ago, in the General Assembly of the United Nations in New York. There could not have been a better place for us to have had this meeting. With its vibrant and colourful culture, unique and rich history, and its warm and very hospitable and passionate people, Mexico has been a perfect environment in which we have been able to both celebrate the size, the scope and the reach into every village, town and city across the world of our cooperative model of business, whilst at the same time planning just how we can further grow the impact of our cooperative enterprise on the global economy. We owe a debt of gratitude to the combined forces of the Mexican movement, cooperative movement, for hosting this event so effectively and so efficiently. And may I say a heartfelt thank you particularly to Ramon Imperial, who, apart from his day job at Caja Popular Mexican, is also a valued member of our global board and president of the entire Americas region. Thank you, Ramon. When I think of the impact that our fellow cooperators here in Mexico are having on the lives, jobs, financial services, and good health of their fellow citizens, I know that Mexico can be proud of its cooperative contribution to the national economy and to Mexico's socio-economic evolution. Mr. President, we know that we're meeting here at a critical moment in the evolution of the world's economy. And we're conscious of the shift of political and economic power to the emerging nations, so many of them right here in this region, and in which, as we saw on the video, Mexico is itself playing a very important part. As a people-based movement that seeks to put the needs of its members' owners first, and one that is not bound to the sole primary objective of profit maximization, cooperatives have always sought to support the health and education of its members. And in that respect, Mr. President, may I pay personal tribute to the work that you have done in extending both health and education services in your country during your presidency, as well, of course, as the hard and complex work to make the streets and communities of Mexico safe and free from threat. Across the world, cooperative enterprises are planning a host of events to celebrate the International Year of Cooperatives during 2012. But, sir, celebration is not enough, as Ramon said. We believe that if we're to be faithful to the ambitions of our movement's forefathers, we must ensure that we maximize the value of this once-in-a-lifetime gift from the United Nations. So we're working together across the world to drive up the visibility and profile of our model of business with the general public and decision makers across the world. Our aim is to make a breakthrough in the level of recognition and knowledge about our values-led, member-owned cooperative business experience. This is not an alternative model to the investor-led competitors. We believe it's a better way to do business, putting people first, meeting human need and not human greed. By raising our visibility, We hope that we can maximise our influence on key political and economic decision makers, such as yourself, Mr. President. Our ultimate aim is to ensure that there is recognition of our current impact on the global economy and the even greater contribution that we are ready and enthusiastic to make. We hope that after a successful and exciting 2012, we will be able to pivot to a decade of cooperative growth. I hope, sir, that in thanking you on behalf of our cooperative movement for the great honour you've done us today, that I may take the opportunity, too, to ask you for your support for our model of business. A model of business that has scale. And in New York just 2 weeks ago, we, the International Cooperative Alliance, launched the latest of our Global 300, the listing of the largest 300 cooperatives in the world. And I can tell you that those 300 cooperatives alone are worth $1.6 trillion US, equivalent to the 9th largest economy in the world, that of Canada. We are a successful business model with scale. We are not a niche business that's just out there for looking after communities in distress or people in need of support. We do those things, but we're also a business model with scale. But we're a member-owned, values-based business, and we're not just about money in the bank balances. We are owned by 1 billion people, and we employ more than 100 million people across the world. That's more than all the multinational businesses put together. In fact, the United Nations have stated that cooperatives together serve half the world's population in one way or another. We are already having a huge impact on the global economy. Our big issue, our big challenge is nobody knows that. And we're going to use 2012 to drive up that level of recognition and knowledge. Knowledge for our model of business, member-owned, values-based, keeping local facilities in the hands of local people for local people, creating jobs, providing food, health services, financial services, homes, and so much more, sustainable businesses. We are seeking a more diversified global economy. After what's happened in the last 4 years, we can no longer rely on a single dominant model of business in the global economy. And so we hope that as President of this great country, you will support the need for a growing cooperative economy globally, as well as here in Mexico. Ramon has made a very clear indication of what he would like to see, and together with other leaders around the world, sir, we hope that when you meet with them, together you will pay some heed to the needs of the cooperative movement and the way in which it has been and will be even further a powerful force for the socio-economic development of the world. Thank you.